welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and back in the hot seat. I mean, you haven't been here in, what, ages?
Ages. Well, it's probably been a couple months. I don't know.
Well, I've been busy. Walker's been kind of around, and we've done a lot of, because I hate to get you to get out of bed when I don't need you that much, you know what I mean, to have you come down and, only do a quick segment.
Well, yeah, and obviously people out there don't know different stuff. You do, and it's a unique opportunity, and there's stuff going on, life happens.
Oh, life happens,
and
all right.
A lot of times Walker's schedule works out a lot better than mine.
And then the last few weeks, I haven't needed anybody. I just stand
Right.
here and fill in the gaps. But we're halfway through the race season, really. I mean, halfway through July, and this weekend kicks off the first big weekend of NASCAR racing down at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That doesn't mean that short track shut down by any means.
No.
And but I know, in talking with Chris Lockwood, we had him on earlier in the season. He's pretty excited about the 25th anniversary over at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. A lot of things happening, and
they do a lot of things right over there. You know what I mean?
and the thing that I like that he's done this year is they're really trying to include all the short tracks.
Yeah.
Which is kicking off Wednesday. As we're airing this show, the Hauler Parade, and leading the haulers into the infield will be pace cars and car representatives from all the short tracks that wanted to participate. The Beech Ridge, the Oxford, the Speedway 51s, the Stars, the Lees, a lot of places that we go to. They've invited their pace cars down to be a part of the Hauler Parade, which is a big deal. And, so, they're doing things right. We'll be down there throughout the weekend. And, my family's going down there and camping. And Speedway Sports Park, when you're coming up, I think it's 106,
Yeah.
from the east, south, north, or west. I don't know which way it is, but it's right on the right, just before you get to the track being on your right. Really a good time, and Harry Francis' entire family, they have plenty of parking. That's where I've parked for years on Saturday and Sundays. So if you need to park, and last year I threw it out there, and I had a couple emails come in after the week said, "Man, you were right. Easy access in, easy access out." So Harry's got parking spots there. If you still got your camper and you want to go down there, Speedway Sports Park has plenty of camping spots left available, and it's so close. You're close that you can get to everything, but you're far enough away that you can get away from everything.
Right.
And that's the nice part.
And they support the sport that we're all in. You know what I mean? They support us.
Harry's a true short tracker.
Yeah.
And
they support us. They support Wyatt Alexander.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. He's a true short tracker. So but over on the big track, with the K&N East series and the mod, they got them in the mod shootouts, like on the mod shootout and the K&N on Friday. I think that Saturday they come back with the Xfinity race, and then the mod 100 lapper, and then Sunday obviously the big Cup race, and all eyes are on Kyle Busch. Just won this past weekend as he's trying to get to that. How unique would it be? A guy misses a bunch of races and wins a championship.
It's two races in a row that he's won.
Yeah, so he's on a
not two in a row.
2 out of 3.
3, right?
Yeah, but no, he's on a roll. So,
but the racing at Loudon is really great anyway. But if anybody out there hasn't gone and watched a modified race at Loudon, that's when you get the
experienced
respect for it.
and experienced the whole experience. The modifieds, and then the Xfinity race, and I know for myself, I'm more looking forward to the fall race because our own guy, Austin Terrio,
Oh, I thought it was because we're both big and it's hot in July.
A little sweaty. Yeah. No, that's not it.
But Austin's going to be there
with the trucks and the ACT Invitational, and we just came off the last weekend where the pass cars were there, which put on a great race, and a lot of people were skeptical what to expect, and I thought the racing was good, and
I thought. Obviously, you're not going to get 100,000 people like you would for Cup weekend, but I thought the crowd was really respectable for what they had going on that day.
Yeah, I think all parties were pleased with the turnout and everything. So, I know that there's still going to be a lot of people in the short track stands throughout New England. The big Airborne Invitational going on, international out there at Airborne between Pass and Act, but really. All eyes are on Loudon this weekend.
Yeah.
And hopefully the weather cooperates for everybody, and it's a good show. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about what went on over at Beech Ridge this past weekend, and first time winner. I called it. I had some buddies last week talking about it. They said, "Who's going to win?" I didn't say I called the winner. but I said it'll be somebody that's never won a pass race.
Fast Laps Raceway is Maine's premier slot car facility. 641 Lakes Region Commons Drive in North Windham. Whether you want to try out the rentals or have your own custom car built, Fast Laps Raceway can make a racer out of anyone. Birthday parties at Fast Laps are always a hit. If you have ever wanted a fun, inexpensive way to get involved in the sport of racing, Fast Laps Raceway gives you that chance. Find Fast Laps on Facebook or call 207-229-1575. Fast Laps Raceway.
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 9 locations in Maine.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
LKQ Corp. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham. Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership. Route 1 Saco.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And one of the things you usually don't see is a big pileup in the pass race on lap 2.
Yeah, you don't usually see that.
But we saw a lot of unfamiliar names that were in the field, and I'm not saying that's what brought the wreck on.
That stuff kind of brings excitement to it, and I don't think that. I personally don't think that had anything to do with the wreck, but it might have. But it was just like
what that did is put some heavy hitters at the back, and
and that made some of them have to charge.
I'm so shocked in watching the race on a few things. How young Brandon Barker did, making his past debut.
Really, really
but
good
even
job.
more shocking than that is the struggles that we're seeing out of Clark Camp and half of Rowe Camp. Obviously not Mike Rowe, but Ben Rowe, Johnny Clark, Cassius. I know Cassius had a good run at Speedway 95, but that's really been about it. And, there's some struggles going on there.
It's like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to comment on it. It's
I wanted to see Johnny after the race and, just, kind of like.
What happened,
He was grabbing gears and headed north. So, and I don't know. I know they'll all hit on it. And, luckily for all of them, we ain't rolling a week or two away into the 250. They got another 5 or 6 weeks to figure this out. But, I know they're all scratching their heads right now. But, we got some highlights here. And then when we take a break, we'll come back and you'll hear from the top 3. And big time congratulations to David Oliver and his hell of a good team.
Yeah.
Just
him and Scott Blake that owns the car.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And, so happy for them. So enjoy this piece from Beach Ridge.
Down the front stretch. And we're on. Lots of racers involved in that one, including Brandon Barker making his debut tonight. And it'll be a tough nut to crack for Barker as he tries to go for 2 wins on the night. Leading back to green flag racing. On the outside, got a good job of David Oliver as reclaimed that running position. Oliver, that
Can you say hi? So you ain't going to talk, so you're going to have to.
Okay.
Listen, podium finish again, but after lap 2, when you were sitting the wrong way on the racetrack, did you think that was possible?
No, we was tight in the heat, and Mark, I told him to loosen it up a little bit, and we just loosened too much, and I run about half throttle all night, and I wanted to pit on the first yellow, and they said, no, stay out there, so we did, and it was a good call Mark made. We just kind of rode it out and got a good third place.
But still, anytime you can roll under the checker and the first 2 cars are just in front of you, I mean, you just missed it by a bit.
Yeah, if we'd have had another 20 laps or so, I kept catching them, and then, like I say, I was only running half throttle, and it was really good. But I don't know if I'd have made it. My right rear was gone, so we're happy with third.
Yeah, no, you should be, and good points tonight. DJ had trouble, so put you back in the points lead. I know it's early to think about that, but still, it's always good to come out of here with a podium finish.
Yeah, it's always good to come out with a podium finish, but hell, you know me. I want to be on the podium all the time and win races, and right now the points don't mean jack crap to me.
Yeah, you don't want to be the bottom rung on the podium, right?
You got that right.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you. You want to say hi?
Can you say hi now?
You want to say hi now? This is Avery.
All right, Travis, have you finished in the top 3 at all this year yet?
Just once, up short of, yeah. We were really good. We should have won that race, but battery died, so.
Battery died, but good run tonight. I thought halfway through you were just kind of playing possum, kind of let him use his stuff up and see where he was weak and where you were stronger. But when it was go time, you didn't have nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I was riding and I could get to him, but just couldn't pass him. It's so hard to pass. You try to get aggressive, you try to get up on the wheel, and it slows you down. And he knew where I wanted to be, and being on the bottom is very hard to pass. So he did the right thing, and I would have done the same. And if there was caution, I think roles would have been reversed. If we would have got in front, I don't think he would have got by us. So
no, but you're starting to get your steam. You're starting to get your momentum. I know we're still 6 weeks away from when you were going to try to do what only Ralph Nason has done, and join the likes of Ralph, Dave, and Mike. And I know it's 6 weeks off, but you already got to start thinking about that Oxford 250, huh?
Oh, we've been thinking about it for a year now. But yeah, it's good. I mean, we've been good all year long. We just haven't started very good. Finally, we're starting to start up front, and the ball is starting to roll. We worked great together today. We weren't very good when we unloaded. We got better as the day went on, and yeah, we're real excited for the next couple.
Yeah, no, you should be, and congratulations on a runner-up finish.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you guys being here.
All right, Trav. All right, David. How many years ago we were the long-haired kid driving the little Camaro, number 0, racing a Wildcat around here?
That was a couple years ago. That would be 93, 94. I finally got rid of the mullet.
You finally got rid of the mullet. Now take us 20 years later. I mean, you just won the Pro All-Star Series race here. You've won championships here. You've won races here. Where does this rank, in front of the hometown crowd, winning a Pro All-Star Series race?
Oh, I honestly, I can't even put it into words. This feels so good. There's just so many beyond high-level drivers in this series. The Mike Rose of the world, Travis, and you just list off, you look at the roster and you name off the guys. And even more now is you look at just the last names, and there's, the Clarks, like Cassius Clark and his dad back in the day, DJ Shaw now with Dale, and you just list off the last names alone, and you go, wow, that guy's got to be good. Of course, it's a different generation, but they're all really good. And you know how it is. These guys, the crews, the crew chiefs, everybody's been at this game a long, long time. And if you can come out on top and beat any of them guys ever, it's just an amazing feeling.
I think we got a fan, right?
This guy's awesome.
Number 1, yeah, we got a fan.
Yeah. This guy's been hanging out turn 5 quite a bit, I think.
Really? Yeah. But you win the race. Second place, Travis Benjamin, 2-time defending Oxford 250 winners. Third place, Mike Rowe. We all know about Mike Rowe. So, you didn't back into this one. You beat the best that they could throw at you.
Any day you can come out on top of Mike Rowe is a win. I mean, if it's for 10th place and he finishes 11th, that counts as a win because there's nobody that races harder than that guy. And Travis isn't much different. Travis is a really hard race. He's super clean. And again, it's like he said, he won the 250 2 years in a row. He's good. Past champion. It's just a field full of really good drivers, and I'm so happy to win at home. I grew up in the grandstands here. This is it.
The fans, but you got to do me a little favor.
What's that?
When you're going to win a race like this, your wife has got to show a little more emotion. a little more emotional.
Normally she's just screaming and hollering.
No, I don't think she said anything.
Yeah.
I did. Wait a minute. When Kruzak blew up, I saw her a little bit of like.
Yeah, I did that too.
I was gonna say, was that like simultaneously? Yeah, because he was throwing. Travis threw a little bit at you, and you withstood that. And then Kruzak went to throw it at you, and I said, "Here we go."
Yep.
You know, David's gonna wish that these races were now 140 laps because I'm thinking back to Oxford.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you were thinking that, but you know, you got through lap traffic pretty cleanly, and you know, got that comfortable cushion back, so then you can kind of get your focus back because people don't realize what goes through. I mean, what goes through your mind, especially when you're trying to win that first one.
I was exhausted because we never had a yellow except lap 1. So, you know, we were in 149, 148 green flag laps, which is hard to do anyways. And we honestly weren't really fast on a stopwatch all day. I mean, we started up front, so it worked out really good in our favor, but the car was never fast, but it drove really good. So my goal from lap 1 was just kill them with consistency. Because honestly, I thought they were all going to be faster. I just let Kelly go because Kelly's going to lead every lap he's going to lead. And Kelly got to me, drove off, kind of hung out, hopefully let him burn the stuff up a little bit, finally cleared him again, and just tried to kill him with consistency. Just in my head, run the same lap, whatever I was running for lap times, over and over and over, because it's Beechridge Speedway. It's not a horsepower track. Momentum, momentum, momentum. And just wear him down. And I know the 17, if he would have got in front of me, I would have been in trouble. On a restart, I honestly think I would have been in trouble, particularly on the bottom, because there weren't no good on the bottom. But just try to kill him with consistency, and, you know, it just worked out that way.
Well, you brought hell of a good to victory lane. You brought Hood. I mean, it's been a long-standing relationship, and how big is it for your sponsors and your team and everybody involved?
I mean, Hood has been involved with racing for a long, long time. I mean, they sponsored the late great Bub Bilodeau for many, many, many years. So they've been involved with stock car racing for a long time, and it's an honor to bring it home here at Beechridge Speedway to have Hood and hell of a good. And they've been on board with us for quite a while now, and I hope we did good for them.
Well, I'm sure they're pretty happy. And now you're not that guy looking for that first win. You are that guy that now has that first win on the Pro All-Star Series. So congratulations, David Oliver, and your entire team.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm glad you're here to do this.
All right. Good job, bud.
Thanks.
Looking for something different and exciting to do on Friday night? How about real NASCAR racing at Lee USA Speedway, featuring the ground-pounding, super-fast, super-modifieds, the fender-rubbing late model sportsman, unpredictable hobby stocks, and more. It's great family fun and excitement. Kids under 12 get in free, and there's acres of free and easy parking. Friday nights at Lee USA Speedway, located right on Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire. Check LeeUSASpeedway.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf.
And I'm Dan Wolf. We've been selling and servicing vehicles on Route 25 in Gorham since 1972.
Wolf Auto Service offers state inspections, tires, brakes, and suspension.
21st Century Motors has a great selection of cars and trucks starting at $29.99.
With no mortgage and low overhead, we sell and service at guaranteed lowest prices.
We're just 6 miles west of Turnpike, exit 47 on Route 25 in Gorham. Online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Now, Greg, one of the things that we've watched over the last few years with racetracks is the re-emergence of racetracks. I want to touch on another one in the next segment, but right now I want to talk about Oxford Dragway and the work that Jeff Schock and his entire staff is doing up there. And one of the guys that is kind of working alongside everybody behind the scenes in front of the camera is Caleb Lamb. And anybody that's followed Mainely Motorsports knows Caleb. His dad, Ken, big supporter of Goodwood Hannaford and his race team. But Caleb's been around and helped us on the show. He used to help us up at the Northeast Motorsports Expo, and he's doing a lot of work for them. And really, I've been talking to people that have gone up, and they're saying they're having so much fun. And it's we got to have the race, the truck and the Jeep. Will you do it? I mean,
why do I got to blow up my Jeep?
Well, you're not going to blow it up. You just have to beat me.
Yeah, exactly.
But you just have
I don't like to beat my vehicles.
It's not beating.
It's not like yours. cue the picture of the red truck with the wheel passing us on the highway.
298,000 miles, Bob. But we're gonna go for it.
No,
will you at least go up on a Friday night?
Oh yeah, I'll go with you.
We got to go up, so we're gonna be up there, within a few weeks. But really excited about everything they got, and we got some highlights there that Caleb put together and sent down to us. And
maybe we can have a foot race.
Yeah, let me know how that one works out for us. But enjoy these highlights and a little package put together by Caleb from Oxford Plains Dragway.
For the Oxford Plains Dragway, I'm Caleb Lamb with the weekly recap. The championship series had the week off, but there was still a Saturday's worth of action with the first annual Jim and Kathy Hyde Memorial Race presented by JCW Napa Auto Parts. The race in memory of the husband and wife duo who worked for many years here at the track. Jeff Lafrenia and his front-end popping Generation X machine defeated Bob Cousins in the Box Gambler race to take home the $200 first prize, as well as the full-size toolbox courtesy of Napa Auto Parts. Lafrenia had to fight his way through a class that included dragsters and top eliminator cars. Speaking of dragsters, the junior dragsters put on a show in front of the fans. Kate Host defeated her sister Becca to reach the final in her Bad Attitude machine, but she was defeated by Danielle Fusco. Danielle following in her older sister Jennifer's footsteps, who also came through the ranks here at Oxford in the junior drags. The main event was the no box race, which pitted the modified Nostalgia, Street, and Sleds and Bikes classes together in one winner-take-all division. Tim Chenard and Joe Damon both had to fight their way through 6 rounds to reach the final. Tim Chenard emerging victorious, winning by 31 ten-thousandths of a second. He just a little bit over his dial-in time, while Joe Damon was a fraction too fast. Chenard claimed the first overall prize of $1,000, as well as a 3.5-ton jack and a $100 gift card from JCW Napa Auto Parts. Oxford Plains Dragway now takes a week off, returning to action on Friday, July 24th on O'Reilly Auto Parts Night. For more information, you can visit us online at oxfordplainsdragway.net or like us on Facebook. For a lot of these drivers, this was an opportunity to look back fondly on their memories of Jim Hyde, who passed away this past fall. Here's what they had to say.
How Jim always made me laugh. Every time I went up to the staging lanes, I was getting ready to bring my car in through the burnout box, and he'd always have some smart grin on his face, or he'd open up the door and whisper something in, or try wiping my windshield down, and anything to get a laugh out of everyone, and that's what made everyone like him. He was a very likable guy, dedicated countless hours every week to prepping the track all week long.
Anything you wanted to know, and I wasn't real familiar with how things were, and he kind of took me aside, said, just watch me and I'll get you headed in the right direction. He was real good to me.
Jim was the life of the party up here. Kathy was a big staple out at the ticket booth. My first few times here, she was always very welcoming, as well as Jim was, and trying to help you. Being a new person, not knowing how things went, she always tried to describe you through it. So it's a big loss losing Kathy, let alone losing Kathy and Jim.
We had met them years ago when they used to do the car show up at the Auburn Mall, where they were actually there passing out pamphlets, and they had like matching shirts, pants. They really looked like a very team-oriented pair, and they talked very highly of the sport. And then over the years, Jim got involved with the starting line methods that we have at the track. The final years, he was basically the ambassador, walking around talking to the racers and stuff, but really nice family. They really were nice people.
Everybody's here for the same reason, and that's to tip a hat to Jim and Kathy, because they both dedicated all the summers, pretty much almost year round for Jim. He had this place in his heart, and he worked. He gave all he had for it.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainely Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to Express Employment Professionals.
With jobs for CNC programmers and welders, we can find you the best opportunity.
Let us help. We'll open doors for you.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Legendary race car driver Bentley Warren is putting Arundel on the map. When Bentley's Saloon opened in 2004, it was just a little bar room on the side of the road. Today we have a giant saloon with live music, dancing, and great food and drink indoors and out. We're always looking to meet new friends and have a good old time. There's always something exciting going on at Bentley's. That's why we like to say, who has more fun than us? We do!
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Join us for our 25th anniversary year. Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we've gone to some different places this year that I hadn't been to in years, and one of the places that I really was looking forward to, and it far exceeded any expectations I had, was Speedway 51. I mean, Joey LeCaire and his family has done an amazing job, and we were over there last week, and first off, I can't believe the amount of people that follow Mainly Motorsports from over that way.
Yeah, we get that. I can't wait for my first trip up there, because I've obviously seen some different stuff that they posted with some of their upgrades and stuff that they've done to the facility. And just from what you've been telling me.
Facility-wise, but people-wise, walking through the stands, talking, love the show, love this, love the kids, Speaking of kids, we got to plan our kickball game now.
Yeah, we
got to do that quick.
We need to lose.
I ain't about losing. It's just beaming you when you're lugging your fat ass from second to third, and I take that ball and I just ching you, right? And you go down like a hunk of lard, right?
This could play either way,
Oh no, I'm agile. I will vault over the ball.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Speedway 51. I hate myself.
You hit yourself. You know what's great about Speedway 51 is anybody that's ever been to Groveton, Grovetona, whatever you want to call it, it's such a unique racetrack anyway. The front stretch wall kicks out a little bit, like banking in the corners, just the angles. The racing was always great there.
The racing was great that night, but you know what? It was so funny because I come in and running late. We got caught in some parades and all that, and there was carnivals but anyway, we got there. Go in, see some people I wanted to see, and so I head over to the front and we'll start mingling with people. So there's stuff going on. I can't figure it out. I'm like, oh yeah, what's this class coming again? It's coming again. It just came. It's just this. Louis, you got this figured out? Louis, yeah, it's like segment races. So. They don't run heat races like traditionally your tracks run heat races.
Yeah.
They line you up, and you might have 30 laps tonight. You're going to have 2 15-lap segments. We invert you. If you finish first in the first one, you'll start last in the second one, but you have 1 point. And then at the end of the night, you'll total your points up.
Lowest point winner.
Yeah, and Joey was telling me that way it's all racing. Everybody races every lap because you need to get to the front, and then you need to get to the front again, So
Right.
it was really like that night. The late models had 3 segments. Bradley Babb won the overall, the hobbies and the street stocks, and it was, I'll tell you, one of the funnest times I've ever had at a racetrack. Just the atmosphere, new people coming up and talking to you, kids, just everybody. Memories like when I was a kid, like at Beach Ridge. You brought the little matchboxes. There was a little boy down in front of us, and he had 100 matchboxes having his own race,
Yeah.
and just people everywhere. And your buddy, he was looking for you.
Oh, are you talking about that jerk Jeff St. Cyr that calls me Sissy Emerson?
Sissy Emerson, yeah. We took a picture. I texted it to you.
I didn't get it.
He goes, "Where's Sissy?" Ha ha ha.
Jerk.
Don't call him the jerk. I nicknamed you.
Yeah, but he's a jerk for keep calling me.
Oh, but yeah, he likes you. But talk to Min. You know, we all know Min. We see her all over Facebook, and her parents. I met her parents down at Loudon when we raced down there, and it was her grandchild's first ever race. So there was 4 generations of her, and I didn't know. I met her son last year at the Snowball Derby. This guy comes over and he's like, "Hey, you know, you're Mainly Motorsports. We watch it up home and this, that, and the other." And you know, I never realized, put 2 and 2 together. It was his. That's his mother. He goes to the Derby, and yeah, he's the flagman for Granite State. So it was just.
Oh, nice.
I'll tell you, it's such a warm, fuzzy feeling down there. You know, and a lot of people coming up and talking about the show. So it's good that it goes over that way. So it was good that we had highlights in the Granite State race, and you know, I love to think we can get back there at some point towards the end of the year and get something else because really a great time.
I wish I could have gone with you. You know why? Just so when he called me Sissy Emerson, I could be like, whatever, Jerk Jeff.
Jerk Jeff and Sissy Emerson.
That's it.
Maybe I'll have you 2 do a show together. 1 hour of just crying and whining to each other. But no, really, and hats off to the entire staff over there.
And everything that I've seen picture-wise and stuff, everything looks super nice, you know?
Yeah, no, it's good.
I can't wait to get back there.
All right, we'll get back there. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Remember when you picked up a car key at the local hardware store? Then they said the car dealer was your only choice. Now there's eKeys for Cars, the fast, affordable solution to your car key and remote needs. Spare or a repair, you'll be serviced by eKeys trained technicians while you wait. And yes, eKeys still handles emergencies. But why wait? eKeys for Cars. Trust them with all your car key related needs.
They raise the bar. eKeys for Cars.
Want to learn how to ride? Lore Motorcycle Education can help make that happen. Whether you rode years ago or have never touched a motorcycle, Lore Rider Coaches can teach you the correct technique in a safe learning environment.
With 2 ranges to choose from, Lore has a range near you in southern Maine, Topsom, and our new range in Biddeford.
Call 207-391-0094 or visit us at the web at www.loremotorcycleeducation.com.
Warm weather is here, so let's ride.
I was 6 years old when I attended my first NASCAR race, and I fell in love with
For the
it.
past 25 years, we've been at every race.
When you go down the hill and you see part of the track and say, "Welcome to Hampshire Motor Speedway," it's just like, wow.
The best part about attending a race at the Speedway is just all the excitement.
Cars driving by, you can just feel it.
They go by so fast, you just have to almost hold
The
on.
moment I'll always remember is Ernie Irvin's return to victory lane.
The day Joey Logano won, we had the privilege of being in victory lane. It was amazing. Race weekend at New Hampshire Motor Speedway is unlike anything else.
Now up to Oxford Plains Speedway. I know, you know, when people talk about the late models or the pro stocks or the super late models, the 3 names that come to mind, Mike Rowe, Jeff Taylor, Al Hammond. But to me, there's a 4th name that needs to be added into that list that's still going and going strong, and that's Timmy Brackett.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's on a roll this year. I mean, he's won 3 features up there, picked up the win this past Saturday, and, yeah, he's...
Friday,
because they raced Friday because, you know, allow the crowd and people to come down. A few cars came down to race Beechwood Saturday, and, yeah, he is definitely, he's on his game. You know?
And you know what's great is he's racing with his kids.
Well, it's
and
funny
they're both
you say
doing
that,
well.
because it looked like to me at the introduction for the pass race Saturday at Beechridge, he was airing up the tires on TJ's car, and Vanna was hooking, you know, helped TJ get in. So, you know, when you talk about family atmosphere and racing, that is that it don't get no better than the Brackett family up there, with all 3 of them racing the same class and everything they're doing. You know, really, yeah, it's just amazing. And I would like nothing more to, you know, 5 weeks, 6 weeks from now, to be sitting there like we do at the end of the night at the 250 and have Timmy Brackett sitting next to me.
Oh yeah,
you know,
that'd be awesome.
As a winner of that race, and very capable. You know, obviously luck plays a part, and you know, I know they're all starting to think about that. He's chasing his championship this year, but you know, in the back of his mind, I mean, I know TJ finished 5th last year, and Timmy loved that opportunity. You know, but you know, something else that's happening this year that we'll touch more on, but I want to talk about it before we show this piece from Oxford, is kind of the relationship that we've garnered here with Speed 51, Bob Dillner and his entire
Right,
staff.
yeah.
You know, they've started this 51 network, which is short track racing throughout the country. You know, they're bringing it, you know, it's like a short track racing hub where you can go and you can subscribe. And we'll talk about it more in the next segment. But this piece was put together by Speed 51 and given to us to air on our show. So it's making life easier for us and better because they're going to start doing things to bring different products to us as like we are doing things to bring product to them.
You've garnered a relationship with them so that it works for both parties, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So enjoy this piece put together by Brandon Paul for the 51 Network and sharing it in collaboration with Mainely Motorsports.
It was Fan Appreciation Night at Oxford Plains Speedway this past Friday night, and prior to the start of feature action, fans were able to make their way onto the historic Western Maine short track to meet and greet their favorite drivers. It was the Budweiser Super Late models headlining the racing card on this night, and they would go 50 laps to end the night. Gunnar Rowe, the grandson of the Maine racing legend Mike Rowe, and Vanna Brackett, the daughter of multi-time Oxford champion Tim Brackett, would lead the field to the green flag. Brackett, in the white number 3 on the outside, would get the early jump on the initial start, leaving Rowe and Spencer Morse in the green number 0 to battle for second. The yellow flag would fly quickly on lap 2, however, as Kyle Treadwell and Scott Robbins are involved in an accident in turn 4. When the dust settled, Treadwell escapes, with his number 44 looking more like a modified. On the ensuing restart, Rowe would line up on the outside, and he would get a much better start as he appeared to jump out to the lead over Brackett. But Brackett battles back in turn 3 to power under Rowe and retake the top spot. A few laps later, the veteran Alan Wilson in the blue number 53 makes a charge to Brackett's outside to challenge for the lead. The two would battle side by side for a number of laps before Brackett is able to retake the top spot. But as Brackett and Wilson battled for the lead, Sean Knight in the black number 25 was able to close in on the top 2. Knight, already a feature winner in 2015, dives under Wilson on the backstretch to take over the second position just a few laps later. With 25 laps down and 25 laps to go, Knight makes his first attempt to take away the race lead from Brackett as he powers to the outside to challenge for the top spot. He would take over the lead on lap 26, but Brackett would keep him right within her sights as the laps ticked off. Deeper in the field, another Brackett, Vanna's father, Tim, begins making his charge to the front from deep in the field. He goes around outside pole sitter Gunnar Rowe and former track champions Sean Martin on the same lap to put himself in the 4th position on lap 33. Itching for her first win of 2015, Vanna Brackett would begin challenging Knight once again with 10 laps remaining. She would work her way to the inside of Knight entering turn 1 before making contact with the left rear of Knight's number 25. That contact sends her spinning through the turn, just avoiding additional contact with Knight. That would end Vanna's bid for the win, but it would put her father, Tim, in a good spot to challenge for his second straight win at the track. He would start to the outside of Knight on the restart. Using the momentum on the outside, the elder Brackett would stick his nose out in front on the restart before Charlie Kobe's spin on the front stretch. As a result of being the leader when the caution flag was waved, Brackett would be the race leader for the ensuing lap 42 restart. Brackett would once again get the jump on the restart and clear Knight into turn 3 before Knight attempts the crossover and sticks the nose of his machine to the inside of Brackett's blue number 60. The two would battle side by side for a lap or two before Brackett is able to pull away with 5 laps to go. From there, it would be all about the man behind the wheel of the number 60 as Tim Brackett cruises to his 3rd checkered flag of the 2015 season. With the win, Brackett becomes the first driver to win back-to-back features in the super late model division at Oxford Plains Speedway this season. In Victory Lane, Brackett and Knight have a friendly talk discussing the night's race before both catching up with 51 TV.
It was really good. I mean, it rolled us on us so much, and then a good drive off. It was, like I say, it was great. I'm kind of proud of this because you don't very often get two in a row, especially from the, one from the back, and it's a good night for us. Yeah, that really, I feel bad for her, but I was hoping she was going to finish second to me. But it was, it was a shame. I see it happening. She just drove in a little hard and was under him and didn't want to, run into Sean, and it's too bad.
Unfortunately, me and Vanna got together there, and I feel bad. I think she got up into me a little. I just, she was going for her first win, and I really wish we would have just finished the way we had. Obviously, I would have won, and she would have got a real good finish. I'm going to go to Beach Ridge tomorrow. We've had some really good runs. We've only raced a few times. I'm pretty happy. We were a little too tight there at the end, so I thought I was going to be able to drive back on a Timmy, but just didn't have the drive up off.
Yeah, I knew he was tight, so I was kind of giving up the bottom. And I mean, I know he wasn't going to pile drive me or anything, so I was just trying to use my strengths to his weaknesses. Well, I'll tell you, if this thing's as stout as it is right now, 250 time, it's going to be a good night.
Hi, this is Scott from Scott's Recreation. You don't have to wait until camping season is over to get your best price of the season on a new used camper. We're having our end of season pricing sale now. Get your best deal of the season while the best part of camping season is still here. Plus, we take most anything on trade that we don't have to feed. No money down financing with some of the best rates we've seen in years. See our inventory online with pictures and prices. Find us, like us on Facebook.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your Amsoil product needs. Town Fair Tire, with 6 locations in Maine: Auburn, Augusta, Bangor, Biddeford, South Portland, and Topsom. Awards and recognition, your #1 source in New England for all of your award needs. Now, we touched a little bit in the last segment about Speed 51 and their 51 network, that you can go right to speed51.com and subscribe. It's $7.99 a month or $59.99 for the year, and that gives you access to all the videos that get sent in by not only people like Mainly Motorsports, but there's in-car footage
videos,
throughout. They, Throwback Thursday, they show some old racing, just a lot of different things, and I think it was a great concept they came up with. One of the things that we air each week is Mainly Motorsports, so that's, to me, it's a plus for us in our product, but it's an added bonus for our advertisers as they're getting their name
that little bit more
out
right
there throughout everywhere. So, you can go to Speed 51, you can sign up, and, you can watch racing all the time, different thing. I know Dave McGuire sends stuff in each week from Star. He does some stuff for us, and and that's that's the nice part about it, is being able to do those things and see different things. And
yeah, and it's a really neat concept, but it's really neat that Speed 51. I mean, we all know how they've been over the years, but it's really neat that Speed 51, dedicates themselves to short track racing, pretty much. What I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen the coverage that they do down at the Snowball Derby.
Yeah.
I mean, first class. And with their, on at-track coverage, I can't remember what they actually call it, but 51 Live, where they, Brandon or whoever, Elgin, just typing away, Me, I'd be like, like, they would be on lap 6, and, I'd still
the
be
race is over.
Going green. You know what I mean? But, they do a great job, and really excited for our partnership. I mean, we're not partners, but they're sharing stuff with us. The Oxford piece in the last segment. Brandon's going to be doing some stuff this fall that I can't make. I'm going to be doing some stuff that they can't make. So we're putting it, and sending it to them.
That way, you're both getting coverage of different events without actually, having to go there. You know what I mean? You're helping supply them. They're helping supply you. It works out well. And they've always been supporters of stuff that you got going on.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, no, exactly. And, you know, we're going to have Brandon on, and, you know, maybe next week's show to talk a little
Don't
bit more.
forget to razz him about the mod, not getting that extra $500 from you.
Oh, yeah, the $500 hamburger. Maybe I'll take him to Rapid Race. Pretty much is a $500 hamburger there, ain't it? Pretty expensive, but yeah, so that's a good one. The $500 hamburger because he couldn't hang around another hour because his girlfriend
had
was
to go
hungry. $500 she cost you. So if he ends up marrying her, I hope he makes her realize the rest of their entire life that he always reminds her that she cost them $500.
If they get married, are you getting them a hamburger for a wedding gift?
Yeah. Yeah. Bring him a hamburger. I ain't giving him $500. Yeah, I'll give him a hamburger.
Have a truckload of dollar hamburgers from McDonald's.
Yeah, I'll buy him $500 worth of hamburgers. Yeah, we'll just sit there and chow them. But no, and really looking forward to having him on, and I'm sure he can explain better. But you go to speed51.com, scroll down a little bit, there's a tag right there, and subscribe. $7.99 a month. That's cheaper than going to one short track race. I'm not saying don't go to short track races, but some of the stuff that you aren't going to be able to see because it was happening at a short track that was
halfway across the country.
Halfway across the country, or the same time that the short track you were at was running. You know,
Right.
so you know that's the unique perspective of it, and really a great idea. And glad to be able to work with them, and hopefully, you know, the partnership works into some other things and bigger things down the road.
I just had an idea about something.
What?
You know how you give out like special awards at different stuff?
Yeah.
What about if you had like the most electrifying moment on video, caught on video from this past year?
Oh, yeah.
Be it, you know, they
Yeah.
could be from them, you, whoever. I mean, you know losing the running.
Lou.
You know losing the running.
Lou?
How about that Wildcat meeting at Beach Ridge?
Yeah. Yeah. Lou thought he was getting voted off the island, but once again, Lou staves off elimination. But no, that's all right. Yeah, buddy Lou. So yeah, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll wrap up this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley's Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
I just bowled a perfect game. I'm going to Chicago Dogs.
I just got a hole in one. I'm going to Chicago Dogs.
You got a lays on your report card. We're going to Chicago Dogs.
Chicago Dogs, voted the state's best hot dog. Bring the entire family and try one of our 12 dog choices, hand-cut fries, cheesesteak, sausages, and a whole lot more. Chicago Dogs, you know you want one.
Well, it was good to see the 40 team in Victory Lane this past week, and not the 40 team we're all used to. And I don't know, was one of the kids won yet on Whiz Kids?
Oh yeah, not this year. But
not this year, but
yeah, I got to throw a shout out to my buddy Jay, who works on the car with us. He's part of the pit crew, and he races Thursday. Dan owns a couple Thursday Thunder cars. He drives one in the varsity, and his son drives one in the JV. And his son just started because he was
a bike accident.
Right, he was in a motorcycle accident. So, and his son just started, and he's actually been doing very good for the first two
Better
races.
than Jay, yeah.
Right, and so Jay had to step his game up the other night. He was wheeling the hell out of that thing, but he ended up getting the win. See, last week's show, I called the shot. It was just happened after. I said we were going to win, right?
Yeah, you were the wrong class, but
I was.
But I got to know him and his boy a little bit over the Bartlett Bridge, and you know, that's the dirt go-kart track over in MX 207, and you know, they got some big things happening there this year, and you know, they sent us some footage, and you know, I want to talk about the overhead valve class, like the animal clone class.
Yeah,
they had 13 carts.
Yeah,
that's unheard of. We got racetracks that aren't getting 13 cars in a class, and they're bringing them in carts, you know, and some recognizable names, like Bobby Timmons, who had a top 5 run over here at the
past
race.
Motors 150.
A couple of crew members, Dave Goley, who helps Dave Farrington on a weekly basis, Kevin Nobley, who does a lot of tires for a lot of different people on the karting end, but helps on the race cars. So, then you throw Brick into that mix.
Listen, it don't matter if the race is good. Just go in the pits and watch
grenade
Brick.
is here. The pin is pulled. It's just a matter of when it's going off, right? Am I right? But no, they had some good racing, as you've seen with some of the highlights we're showing. And if you've never been to a go-kart race, whether you travel to Richmond Karting Speedway or you go to Thundering Valley or you make it up there to Bartlett Bridge, you really need to do that, because there's really these kids and some of the adults really wheel these things.
Yeah. Of course, at Bartlett Bridge, our buddy Charlie Gassett's the announcer.
Oh, yeah. And then over at the Pathfinders, don't let me leave out the Pathfinders,
Yeah.
as they race every other week. And what's funny is what Bartlett Bridge and the Pathfinders do. They work together. So each one of them every other week. So they can, because they're feeding off the same
People,
crowd.
the same area, yeah.
What's that reminds me of? That's another kid challenge I got to race. Me and Brick got to race those other two, the
What?
Bath boys.
What are you going to race them in? Go-karts?
MIK.
Oh, MIK?
50-lap race. Me and Brick get a 5-lap head start. So I got kickball. I got go-karting.
They're going to win.
Supposed to go fishing.
Well, they're going to beat you. Brick will crash a kid just to win.
Oh, yeah, no. So I got to go fishing with Austin. Tucker Cole wants to take me hunting.
Tucker, take him hunting, set him behind a tree, but do not give him a gun.
Well, what am I going to shoot the thing with?
You're not going to shoot a deer.
No, I don't want to shoot a deer. We'll shoot a rabbit or something.
I've been with you. I've witnessed you in action. You're going to be like, hey, look, a deer! And holler, and the thing's going to gone.
We'll get it. Because you know what happens? Just like every once in a while with the camera, the deer runs into the bullet. Right? So if I just unload everything, and then the one that's really got me a little worried with this 90-degree temperature is haying with Maggie Furlan.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Well, I hope they got an ice cream truck or like a water wagon or whatever the hell it is that goes with it. I don't know, right?
Have you ever seen the movie Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore?
I don't know.
Where he works on the farm and stuff.
Really?
That's all I think about when I think of you baling hay.
Wow, that's going to suck. And then the kickball game. We got to work on the kickball game. That's going to be fun. Don't get scared.
I'm not scared a bit.
All right. So, that's it. We got results.
Do you realize that the McKay boys are on our team?
Well, of course they are. You don't think I'm going to find 2 little kids?
One will hit you in the knees, and the other one will hit you in the back of the shoulders while you're running and take you down.
Shot. They'll be running after that ball when the boomer kicks it. Probably pop. The problem is, when you guys are pitching to us, we're going to
Lyman will throw a hip out running around there.
Oh, yeah, Lyman. He's going to be assistant coach. How's my little buddy Coach doing? Is he doing good? Is he still back in orders with everybody?
Who's that?
Sean?
No.
Oh, I got to get him back.
Hey, did you hear about, did I tell you about little Dan?
Oh, he broke a window.
Hitting the baseball through the window?
How'd the All-Star season go?
Pretty good. I mean, they made it a few games and stuff, but...
No, that's good.
I mean, but they made it there, you know what I mean?
That's all that matters.
And so he breaks the window. We're out looking at it, and from the house we hear, Sean, Daniel broke the window!
Oh, of course. That's like
throwing him right under the bus.
That's like Lyman.
Yeah,
that's like Lyman.
I know.
All right, well, that's this week's show. Enjoy the results, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget, Loudon, the short tracks, everything going on this week. So we'll see you next time on Mainly Motorsports.